Is it now? Hello, Josh. This is Joshua
Hi.
Corey here from the Couch Potatoes YouTube channel. Do you want to plug your TikTok? Do you want to plug your Instagram?
I am on Instagram under Josh the Doctor That Time Forgot,
Mhm.
and I am on TikTok under at Doctor That Time Forgot. Only the Doctor is spelled as a DR this
Right.
time, and I am as of now working on an audio series called Doctor Who: The Forgotten Adventures, which quite a few of the people on this video are part of.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be fun once that's all finished.
Hopefully one day we can sit down and talk about that properly as a video
Yeah.
of promotion. That'd be wonderful.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Mm.
I'll be down for that.
Oh yeah. But here today we're talking about the current era of Doctor Who, the much maligned, very controversial, knife-edged era of Doctor Who at the
And
moment.
that's putting it lightly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I thought for those who don't know, this is the first interview of this section I'm doing, and the reason I have you in mind, Josh, is because I know that this current era has a special connection for you. You really like this era.
Yeah, I do.
And can you go into a bit of well, not in detail, but like, what do you like about the current era?
Well, I feel like this is true of other Doctor Who fans, like, because every fan of the show has a certain era that they connect with on a personal level, like say the Matt Smith era, the Pete Davidson era, the Hartnell era, just to name a few.
Yeah.
But this is the era that connects with me the most on a personal level.
You don't have to go into detail about that. Everybody has their own story as to why that's their era.
Yeah. Besides, and everybody that knows me knows how personal it is. Basically, this era has helped me overcome a really hard time in my life. Well, I'd say overcome. It's more helped me cope with it all.
Yeah. And that's
because I see Jodie's Doctor and I see just an aura of hope and optimism, like somebody that could be your friend, like even in the darkest of times. That's how I see her Doctor.
Absolutely. And that is what a lot of people, when I see that people like her Doctor, they like the ultimate positivity of that character.
Yeah.
And it's a very valid way to look at her, really, I think.
Yeah.
I guess so. So you like that characterization of Doctor? Do you like Jodie's performance and these sorts of things?
Yeah, I do. Like, a lot of people aren't keen on her being so for the awkward, which I can kind of understand. But then again, I think it kind of works because the Doctor shouldn't be a perfect person. A good character should always have a flaw, and then that makes for interesting development. And the Doctor's normally the voice of reason, the commanding authority, and for her to not always know what to say or what to do, I think it's a kind of interesting approach.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I do kind of like, I'm going to parallel this for Fifth Doctor Zero, so shoot me down. I'm talking about the 80s again, but I feel like to have a TARDIS team in the manner that we have right now with three companions, I feel like you need a more vulnerable Doctor for that. It wouldn't work for Capaldi, it wouldn't work for Tennant, let's say.
No, it wouldn't, because they knew who they were. They were sure of themselves.
Exactly. And when you have a team that big and you want everyone to have equal input, where's that input going to come from if the Doctor can solve everything?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, granted, there's areas where it doesn't quite work, but yeah, that's something that hopefully that that they can improve on as the series keeps going.
That is a very good point. I really.
Yeah.
How do I put this next question? Because this is the bit that has a lot more debate than the actual casting of the Doctor or anything like that.
Right.
Writing. Chibnall baby.
Oh, the Chibnall, the writing of the Chibnall era. Well, as much as I enjoy it, I will admit it's not perfect. I mean, like, I'm not this kind of like, oh, it's all great, and if you don't like it, you're wrong. Like, even I have issues with it. I mean, like, firstly, I'm gonna get the good stuff out of the way.
Of course.
He's got a good understanding of character. Like, for instance, when the first episode of Jodie's Era came out, I felt like I knew about all of the characters. I didn't feel like I needed to know more about them. I felt like I knew enough to connect with them. And a lot of their issues were relatable. Like, I found myself relating quite strongly to Graham and Ryan as characters.
Just to very quickly say myself, like, it was very nice to have some dyspraxia representation on TV.
Yeah,
someone with
exactly.
dyspraxia, that was
exactly. It's a very interesting thing to explore, as well as Graham being a cancer survivor. That's something that we've never seen before, and it's a very personal issue. And it's, I think it was good of Chibnall. It's good that somebody like Chibnall, who does handle quite serious subject matter quite a lot, it does make a lot of sense for him to bring in characters that are like that.
Oh, absolutely. If you, this is my criticism, I guess, of the previous era. If you'd done that in the Moffat era, it'd have been a one-line thing. It probably would have been made into a joke, which you don't want.
No. But this one, although it's not entirely focused on all the time, it is taken very seriously.
Oh, absolutely. And what other points of this era can we think of? The monsters, I suppose. So I'm a big believer that monsters having your own rogues gallery of monsters and having them being able to stand on their own 2 feet is very important, and that's something that Chibnall, with credit to himself, has gone out and tried to do.
Yeah, that's what I like about Series 11. Like, it was always something different every week. It wasn't always the same old monster. I mean, granted, some landed a lot better than others. But I can't fault his creativity.
Absolutely. With all these elements together now, there's one point we have to talk about, because people would not like the video if we didn't. Timeless child reveal.
The timeless child reveal. Like, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I had a feeling that this was gonna happen for quite a while. Because when we go all the way back and watch the Ghost Monument, the blankets, or let's say the remnants, as they are called, they talk about the timeless child. And then after thinking about it, I thought, who else could it be but the Doctor? Because now, thanks to what Stephen Moffat established, and now what Chris Chibnall has established, the Doctor can regenerate indefinitely. So they are essentially timeless. So in that respect, it made sense. But in terms of where they came from, that's a bit more sketchy. I do like how we have another kind of origin of regeneration. But yeah, as quite a few fans have said, like, taking the Doctor out of their Time Lord heritage just doesn't quite work.
And
Especially
then,
especially when they're the catalyst for it all.
Yeah.
There's just something about it which doesn't quite make a lot of sense, I think.
I think what we're in a moment right now where we've had one episode since that reveal, and that reveal was over 2 years ago now, and that's mad for me to think about.
Yeah.
So we don't really have a lot of stuff to go off. It would be like when people saw 10th Planet, and if they just didn't make an episode for 2 years, that would. We don't have much to go off on what this actually means for the show and what this will change.
No, we don't. And I will say, when the reveal initially happened, I mean, it was handled well, for the most part. But then we get, to the end of the episode, and the Doctor confronts the Master, and she's like, this has made me more, I contain more than I ever thought. And it seems a bit too quick.
Yeah.
Because if you found out that your entire life up to this point has been a lie, if that is the case, I don't know if it's going to be the case, but when you find out something like that, you would be furious. You would be livid.
Like, can you imagine Capaldi
accepting of it? Yeah, go on.
Just to very quickly say, like, can you imagine Capaldi's Doctor's reaction to it, if you see what I'm saying? Like, that would be the fury of the world, I think.
He would be livid. He would be angrier than he's ever been. Yeah, you would not want to mess with him. He would rain hell on you if he could.
And there's bits of it. This is the annoying thing. There's bits of it in that story where she pushes the Master down, and there's and there's why would they lie?
All that, all of that stuff is perfect. That's how it should be handled.
Absolutely.
But then when you get to her being like, "Oh, it makes me more than who I ever thought." I mean, yes, I get it. That's great. I'm glad that you can accept yourself, even in the darkest of circumstances, because that's kind of my stance on life. But there's times there has to be times where she questions who she is, or if she's even the Doctor anymore. And they have had ample opportunities to expand on that, but this storyline, which has been set up, barely gets any time to breathe.
That's the big problem with it. It would be it's akin to how Moffat just threw in that the Doctor can regenerate more times now. It was done 2 minutes before he regenerated or something like that. Yeah,
because that's like, I think that was like half an hour into his final episode.
Yeah.
It's a bit like, why would you bring that up now? It's a really big deal in terms of the longevity of the show. Why would you bring that up now?
Yeah, it's insane. Utterly insane.
Yeah, and it just makes it all like all the more confusing as well. Yeah.
The only other things I have to say really is, first of all, when we talk about Christian, we have to consider that he is working to, in his own mind, a 5-year plan.
Yes, exactly.
And do we know where it's going to wind up? No, we're in the middle of it. I guess we're technically on the 3rd year, but we're technically 4 years in now, I think.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen with it yet. That's what I keep saying.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yes, it's all right. I mean, yes, I get it that we're angry about major story beats that have lasted the entire show, have changed.
Yeah.
But I do think it's important that we still don't know the ins and outs of it yet. So before we jump to any kind of conclusions, we need to see how this entire arc plays out.
Absolutely.
That's what I think of it.
Oh no, I completely agree with that. I think what
Yeah.
this video is not about like judging his entire run. It's like, what do we think up until now?
Yes, yes, exactly.
Speaking of that, we have something to look forward to now. We've seen little bits and pieces of the upcoming series 13.
Yes, yes, 13.
And how do we think it's looking so far? It's hard to say.
I think it's looking interesting. We still don't know a whole lot, but I think it'll be quite exciting. The only thing that kind of worries me is the fact that we have another companion joining the Doctor and Yaz. I know, guys, that is not me like enough John Bishop or anything. Like, I'm sure he'll be great. I just think we should have had more of the Doctor and Yaz on their own first.
Yes.
That's all.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm sure it'll be exciting. I mean, I'm quite excited to see the way Chibnall will handle the Sontarans in particular.
Oh yes. This video will have a spoiler warning, don't worry. So it is pretty common knowledge now that the Sontarans will be around. The pictures have been doing rounds online an awful lot lately.
Yeah.
And in my case, I'm very happy that they're filming in Liverpool. That's never happened in my lifetime, so I'm so happy.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I went down to Liverpool last year, and I stayed around the Albert Dock. So like when I saw that picture, I was like, I've been there. I know where that is.
Oh
yeah,
no, it's amazing.
It's gonna be interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm glad to have such a positive take on all of this, because I'm going to go through this and I know I'm going to get a lot of downers in terms of this era, so this is fantastic.
Yeah.
I do hope you enjoy your day. Have you got anything else to promote? Have you got anything coming out soon that you'd like to promote before we go?
I don't know really, apart from the final half of my Zygon story, which still isn't done yet. I don't know when that's going to be out, but just be sure that it's being worked on, and it sounds great so far. And I can promise you, it's going to be worth the wait. I'm really proud of how it's turning out.
I'm very glad to hear that. Keep an eye on the Forgotten Adventures socials, and hopefully it will be with us very soon. I can reveal here not who I'm playing, but I will be a part of this one, and I'm very excited.
Indeed, and it's going to be a really fun story. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah, lots of fun. Before I get too giddy and reveal something by mistake, I'm going to end the interview here, and we will catch up very soon, I'm sure, Josh.
Yeah, okay. All right. Thank you very much, guys.
Bye-bye.